where I've just literally burnt myself out, felt like I was in some sort of like angry depression and I was no good for anyone. And I want to not live my life that way. So I actively try to push back against that.
You talk a lot about giving yourself some grace and respect. What do you ensure these days? How do you ensure these days you're growing personally and professionally? What is your like your benchmark for that? How
Mm.
how do you track that?
How do I track it? That's a good question too. How do I track it? I think changed behavior is kind of it. I guess when I'm able to sort of acknowledge, like, okay, at one point, today is an excellent example of it. I literally just got back from Houston, where my family is with like grandmother care, and I'm back where I live in the Atlanta area, and um, still had my responsibilities at church and all the things yesterday, even though I had a really early flight. So today I was like, oh my gosh, how am I going to get started? And I slept a little bit longer than I usually do. And at one point, I would have literally been beating myself up. Like, it's just, I'm the hardest on myself. So I would have been sort of negative and just like, oh, my whole day is off and you did it wrong and you messed the whole day up. But I literally had a piece around, no, I'm making this choice to sleep a little bit longer. I'm making this choice. I'm still going to do my walk, but it's going to be a little bit slower. I'm making the choice to change my schedule around. And so the change behavior of sort of not beating myself up like I would have in the past, the like change behavior of giving myself permission to even pivot in the way that I did, like that's like, who am I right now? That's growth.
Yeah, I think when you
Yeah.
notice those things happening, and I'm just been some stuff happen too. I got two daughters, man, and things happen, and I can tell like some things that used to set me off big time. I'm just
Mm.
like doesn't even phase me anymore.